How do you do, buckaroos? Had one I hadn't had in a while. I'm not even sure I've ever done a video for it. It's the first time I remember seeing it in 12-ounce bottles. It used to only be in the 22s. Excuse me, 8.8%, 55 IBUs, Lagunitas, Lucky 13, described as a Mondo large red ale. Oh, my label got ripped, so I can't read it. We brewed this, right there, I can't read this, anyway. Deeply hued ale in celebration of our first profitable business year in 2006. Beer is still a bronze age human endeavor, and we feel honored to have the chance to leave our footprints on its winding path to history while leaving our ideas of adventure on your buds. Cheers. So 8.8%, 55 IBUs, net contents, 12 fluid ounces of malt, hops, yeast, hops, water, and hops. There's nothing else in there. It is a real beer, folks. It's not that stuff some people like to drink from 30 packs. It is actually a real beer. It isn't that 8% candy flavored garbage that some folks like to drink just to get drunk fast. It's a real beer. Anyways, I digress. It's big and sweet on the nose. Yeah, big malt sticky. A lot of toasted malt going on. You certainly can feel some hops. I feel like I'm getting just the slightest hint of anise on the nose as well. Oh yeah, baby, that's what Daddy like. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's wow. 8.8%, 55 IBUs. I remember this having more IBUs, but probably not. It's probably right. I mean, of course, it's right now, but sometimes beers, you know, they change flavors. I didn't look up my old notes when I had this many moon ago. It certainly feels plenty hoppy, but it certainly feels plenty malty too. I love that they call this a red ale, a Mondo large red ale, to be more specific, and don't necessarily go all the way to call it a red IPA, which, quite frankly, if in many brewers would call this a red IPA. I prefer the term hoppy red, which is what this is, a nice kind of a deep amber, maybe slightly ruby hue. A mix of pine and citrus on the nose, some peppery notes. That's nice. Again, I'm getting just a lot of big malt. It feels a little malt sticky, which seems to be a bad word these days because everybody wants to take the malt out of every damn thing. I guess I'm an old school guy. I like the big malty beers. I kind of dig them. I love the big malty shit, man. I like beer to taste like fucking beer, man. Not every beer should taste like a tropical frickin' fruit salad, in my opinion, but seem to be in the minority these days, especially of the trendy crowd, anyway. The folks that only drink whatever is perceived as hip and trendy these days. Whatever's cool, man. I drink whatever's good. I'm not worrying about trendy. I want to drink what's good. I'm not trying to get drunk fast, so I'm not buying 8% candy flavored malt beverages, nor am I buying 30 packs. I like to buy good stuff and sit and enjoy them. This was actually only $10 a 6-pack, which, for an 8.8% 55 IBU, it's pretty damn reasonable. $9.98 actually is what it costs. So I figured, what the hell, I'm gonna give her a whirl. Yeah, it's funny. Like I said, I remember having the Bombers, maybe several years ago. 6 or 7, maybe more than that. But wow, I hadn't visited in a while, so when I saw it for $10 a 6-pack, I figured, what the hell, man? What do you got to lose, Tom? Nothing, just $10, man. It does stay with you. The flavors stay with you on your palate. Again, a lot of big toast and malt. You maybe get just the slightest tinge of brown sugar. Getting a lot of pine in the end. There's some citrus mixed in there. You're certainly going to find some grapefruit. It's a little peppery in the finish. It's nice. It's just a nice, enjoyable beer. I like it, man. I kind of dig her, man. It makes me feel good all over. Yeah, I came out front to do a video because I've got one neighbor, and I'm not sure who it is the problem. I keep trying to ferret them out. But over the last 3 years, I've complained to the city on us 3 times for stupid-ass shit. And I said, well, I mean, you know, I guess they kind of had a beef. We left some stuff out from a garage sale. It should have got picked up earlier, but it didn't. But, I mean, it could have been decent human beings and knocked on my damn front door and said, hey, do you have a, you know, are you getting to this? And I could have said, well, you know, my wife's been sick, but we'll have it done by X amount of time. Now, if that wasn't good enough for them, then they certainly could have called the city. But, you know, but they've done this 2 or 3 times. Now, it is quite possible it's more than one neighbor, but I don't think so. I don't know who it is, but I'm pretty sure it's just one chicken shit son of a bitch. And I got it narrowed down to who it is. I just don't have the proof. So I'm not ready to say their name until I have the proof. I'm trying to go all Sherlock Holmes and figure it out. But I'm a little irritated. See, the first time it happened is when we just got back from the hospital. You know, we just lost our son. We come back and there's a deal in there. Your yard hasn't been mowed. No shit, because we haven't been home, you jackass. So anyway, I got that taken care of, and then a year later it was something else, and you know, now it's just piddly-ish. It's nothing serious. Something that could have been taken by a friendly neighborhood knock on the door. You know, stuff that used to be handled face to face, but now everybody's just a giant candy ass. People like to drop innuendo, but they won't say anything directly to you. You know, they won't come to you and say, hey, but they'll drop a lot of innuendo and bullshit. It's just frustrating as all hell. But anyways, see, I kind of lost topic. Sorry, folks at Lagunitas. Yeah, you know, I dropped the ball, man. You know, it's one reason I don't consider myself a beer reviewer, because I never do a straight beer review. I'm just having a beer and having a conversation. I'll tell you a little bit about the beer, but I'm mostly just bullshitting to hear myself talk. Oh. Yeah, the more this sits, the better it gets, to be honest with you. Oh, I mean, not that it wasn't good to start with. Don't get me wrong, Lagunitas, I loved it, but as it sits and warms, I am picking up more aromas. I'm certainly getting the grapefruit that I mentioned. I'm also getting almost may very well be me, but I'm getting like a hint of ginger in there. Just a hint of ginger, just this much. Just a little bit, man. Just enough to go, is that fucking ginger? Anyways, I think that's fucking ginger, man. You think that's fucking ginger? I think it's fucking ginger. Anyway. Anyways, now I've really lost control. It's fucking ginger, man. Think that's fucking ginger? I think it's fucking ginger. It's fucking ginger, I tell you that right now. See, now I've got to put a warning on the video that I dropped several F-bombs. And I try not to, but sometimes it just slips out. And then once I've done it, right, then it's too late. Then I just go all in like I just did and say it several times over and over again. Because, you know, not a cat's out the bag. Can't reel her in now, boy. It's done. It's a done deal. I guess this beer is one reason that I like Lagunitas, because they're not afraid to go big. They're not afraid to mix up styles and invent their own. And I think that's why they were such a great early player in craft beer, is because they did sort of play with some styles. A lot of their beers didn't really fit into one style category. A Big Hairy Eyeball, for instance, it was a lot of this, a lot of that. This one, you know, I mean, you can call it a red IPA if you want to, but I really wish it wouldn't. You know? But see, I think that's one thing American craft brewers have done well, is that, you know, many have stuck to tradition and done traditional styles, but many have also gotten out of the box and created new styles and just, you know, made craft beer what it is. So there you go. So anyways, I don't know if I have anything else to say, man. I'm Beer Whisperer. Hey, I want to thank Lagunitas for this one. I paid for it, but I want to thank him for making this one. It's a damn fine beer. I'm John the Beer Whisperer. We'll talk to you later.